Hello everyone, and welcome to our first video series about how to use Google Forms. Google Forms is a wonderful tool to create polls, to create survey, to gather data that can be used certainly with colleagues in your workplace, if you're a teacher, with your fellow colleagues, or with students. So there's so many wonderful possibilities here of using Google Forms. So in this first video, we're going to look at basically how to access Google Forms, how to name a Google form, and then in the other videos we'll get into the creation and different methods of using these for your situation. Okay, so how do we get to Google Forms? Maybe you never even knew this existed. Well, here we are in the main Google page if you're just at google.com. And if you're at google.com, make sure that you're signed in. If you're not signed in, you're going to see a sign in button right here. And this can be at any browser. I'm using Chrome, but certainly could be on Firefox or other browsers that you like to use. And once you're signed in, you can get to it from a couple different spots. The first spot I'm going to show you how to get to it is from Google Drive. So you click on Google Drive. Remember, Google Drive is a place where you can store files in the cloud, but you can also create materials. Okay. So once you're in Drive, if you go to New, and then you click, you got some apps already here, you click More, and now you have Google Forms, which is a really nice way to do that. So let me show you that again. You go More, and then you go to Google Forms, okay? So there we are right in Google Forms, which really makes it easy to kind of now look at this, to assess it, and to make a form. Now, if we click the little arrow here, we can do a blank form or from a template. So let's just look at from a blank form what it looks like. I'm going to just do a control click, open up a new tab, and now we're in a blank form, okay? Now, if I go back to there, to my Drive, and I go to New, right? And I go to Google More, and I go to Google Forms, and now I select I go from a template, I'll do a new tab, so you can see the different screen. It brings you to this template gallery, which we'll talk about later in design and templates, because there's a lot of pre-made aspects here that are really wonderful to use, and we'll come back to that. So that's the one area to access Google Forms, okay? So now the other one is basically through the Google Forms website. How do I get to that? Now it's a little bit cumbersome, but I would actually save it as a bookmark. So what I'm going to do is if you go back to your main Google page, and if you select your apps here from this waffle icon, and you go down the bottom here, I don't know if you ever explored this, and you go even more from Google, it shows you all the things that they do, but at the bottom of that page, after it shows you all their products and all their services, there is a great page of apps, and there's Google Forms. So if I click on that, all right, I'll open in a brand new tab, it brings me to this page. This is like the Google Forms page, and now I just say, and this gives you a lot of great information about what Google Forms can do, getting answers and collecting data and doing surveys. You can do this on your phone as well. You can also collaborate, which we'll talk about later on. All right, but just go to Google Forms, and now it brings up the main Google Forms page. Now, what I would do is I would actually bookmark this page if you like this view better. So all you need to do is if you're on Chrome, again, it's different if you're using Firefox, but they're very similar. You just bookmark the page. And what I like to do, see it popped up right here for you. I don't know if you can really see that. I can't really make that bigger, sorry. Popped up right here for you. But I like to actually delete that. And now I have it as a bookmark, and I know that's the Forms symbol, the Forms icon. So that's really kind of a nice way to get into Forms. And here now you can go to create a blank form, or you can go through their template gallery. It shows you some of the recent forms that I've been working with, which is kind of nice. You have that as a nice view. And this is the main menu for docs, sheets, and slides, which are the main apps that Google uses, right? So there we go. So that's how you create, or at least how you find forms, okay? Now, what about naming? So there I am back to my untitled form, and it's very similar now to what you see with Google Docs and other Google tools, is that all you need to do is just click up here and give it a name. We'll just call it test form, and now it's also here as well. I also could have named it here, and it also would have named it there for you. And if you noticed, all changes are saved in Drive, which is one of the greatest things about using these products. You have to worry about saving them or storing them. Everything is there. Now, this is similar to the interface of docs and slides. You also have some of these symbols, which you've seen in other products if you're using Google tools. you can move it to a folder, which automatically brings up this little folder icon, folder selector, where now you can go through your different Drive folders, and you can actually go in, or you could create a new folder right through here, and I could just name it, and I could just move it right to the folder that I want to, which is really easy to do. Or I can just do star. If I press star, that's nice. It's going to be in my starred section of my Google Drive, something that maybe I'm working on right now, and I want to go back to it, and I'm afraid I'm going to lose it and not be able to find it very easily. So now if I go back to my Drive, and I'll just refresh my Drive, which is really nice because it's all integrated. It also gives you the quick access because this is one of the last things I worked on, so it's right here. And I go to starred of my Google Drive, and let me just kind of refresh that. And it should be from last modified. I'll go last modified. I think it's due by alphabetical order. That's the reason why. And there's my test form, which is nice and easy to get a hold on right away. So there's an easy way to access Google Forms and to certainly name a Google form. All right, well, that was a brief video, but hopefully at least gets you started, and we'll certainly continue our investigation of this great tool in the next video. All right, take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.